to the Indie Pod Daily. I'm your host, Super Joe Pardo, and I am so excited to be here today on a Figure It Out Friday. Oh, man, if you're watching, please drop in the chat where you are watching from. If you're watching this live, I'd love to hear who's in the chat and where you're from and what you're up to today. So today on Figure Out Friday, I answer your questions. So please feel free to throw them in the chat, and I will do my best. Whether I got to pull up my screen, like I can pull my screen up here, and I can help you live. I'll search up anything you got. I will figure it out with you on this Figure It Out Friday. This Figure It Out Friday is brought to you by the Indie Pod University. If you need podcasting resources, if you're just getting started, or you want to dive deep into the archives of the Icon events, if you want to dive deep into the MapCon events, the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference, which was what this became. I'm wearing the MapCon 5 shirt right now, actually. And shout out to anybody who's rocking their MapCon 5 or any of the MapCon shirts right now. Thank you very much for that. And you can get access to over 100 plus hours of podcasting resource videos. Just go to indiepodu.com and get access today. There's a 7-day free trial when you go. It's a monthly subscription starting at $9.99 or $99 a year. It's totally open-ended. You can actually go and see all of the different videos and the topics and everything right there from indiepodu.com. So if you want to learn more about podcast SEO, go there. If you want to learn more about technology, go there. If you want to learn how to stay motivated and not pod fade, go there. If you want to learn how to set up your home studio, go there. Go to indiepodu.com. Hey, Facebook user, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see who is saying in the comments right now. That's StreamYard.com/Facebook. Let's see, Jennifer, Waco, Texas. Do you have recommendations for return listeners? My return rate is about 10%. Is that important? Jennifer, what do you mean by return listeners? Like people coming back, so they're like your regular subscribers, or what exactly? What's up, Luke? How you doing today? Thank you so much for jumping in and being part of Training Thursday yesterday. It was a lot of fun getting to talk monetization with you, and I'm gonna recap some of that as well, and as well as Wednesday's Wisdom Wednesday, in case you missed that. Now, I hope you don't miss out. Tomorrow, we are doing the free live virtual podcast conference, Monetize Your Podcast, brought to you by Blueberry. It's going to be in the IndiePod group. Go to indiepodcasters.com/virtual and go. You can click on the button to join the group, or you can watch it or send people there to just watch it on YouTube and join the community later. Also, if you haven't launched your podcast yet and you're looking to, Larry Roberts and I have teamed up to do a step-by-step live interactive class. It's 4 weeks. We will help you launch your podcast, and you'll learn how to edit your podcast, how to promote your podcast, and how to stay motivated so you don't go about pod fading. So you're going to learn how to create a content counter, like I talked about earlier this week, showing who did I show? I think I was Chip Baker. I showed him how I put together the content calendar for the IndiePod Daily Show. So you can get all that access to all that stuff. Go to indiepodcasters.com. No, superjoepardo.com/launch. Sorry, so there's a little bit of crossover there with some of my websites. So yeah, on this Figure Out Friday, we're going to start answering some questions. So Jennifer says, yes, returning listeners, many of my downloads are new listeners. Well, that, Jennifer, is awesome. So recommendations for return listeners. My return rate is about 10%. What's the real question? Is the question, are you trying to figure out how to get them to continue to be returning listeners, or talk to me, Jennifer. What exactly or or are you trying to increase the return because are you worried that because you're getting new listeners but they're not sticking around? Is that the question? Is that the thing I'm hitting on here? Like, shoot in the chat so I can better understand and help you with your question there. And of course, if you have a question, please throw it in the Facebook chat right with us right now. Let's see here. Oh, I missed my opportunity to share this. So I need to share this out so more people can see it. And if you want to share this out, please share it out. I'm here for probably the next 30, 40 minutes, talking, podcasting, answering questions. So Jennifer says, I'm worried I'm not meeting the needs of my audience. Oh, wow. Yeah. So oh, wow. Yeah. So that might actually be true if you know that you're only bringing in about 10% people over and over and over again. That does seem quite low, right? Like, your show's not going to be for everybody. They might find that episode interesting, they listen, and then they're like, I'm not really interested in anything else that person has. I know I find myself in that boat whenever I'm looking at podcasts or I'm looking at YouTube. Like, just because I found one or maybe two episodes, I was like, oh, wow, like, this is cool. This is exactly what I was looking for. Doesn't mean that I'm going to hit that subscribe button. So what I would suggest, we talked about it yesterday. Was it yesterday? When did I talk about this? I'm starting. The days are starting to run together. So I'm kind of forgetting. It was last night in our masterclass, right? I knew I was in front of my camera. I just couldn't remember where it was. So, we were talking about the idea that maybe one of the things that you can do is try testing out different titles for your podcast. So not for your podcast, but for the podcast episode specifically. So what you would do is, like, okay, come up with like 2 or 3 titles that would be interesting to people to click on, and then try to change them out and see, like, is there a difference in the pod? Like, okay, I launched this episode and I know I'm going to get like 100 downloads right out of the gate within like the first hour, 2 hours. Cool. So that happens, and then does it like, it kind of peters off. So like maybe 2 days, 3 days after you launch it, just change the title of it and see if maybe the download spikes up a little bit, to see if maybe people are searching for that, right? That's something that you could do to try to get more people interested in more episodes, just to try to do like a A/B test of your titles. But I would also say that you should. Jennifer, do you have an email list or Facebook community or message board if you're into that kind of thing? I think what you should do is reach out to people in your community and ask them, like, what they, put out a survey, see what they like, what they don't like, depending on what service you're hosting your podcast on. You can actually see, like, when they drop off, right? And see, like, I'm getting downloads. Maybe it's because of the marketing you're doing, but when they get there, they're like only listening. A majority of them are dropping off by like 50% through the way. Look at that kind of data if you can get that kind of data, and try to implement and see, like, okay, what can I change about my show? Maybe is it too long for people? Is it too short? Is it, get that kind of feedback. And then the other thing I would suggest is, and I know I've done this, over the years with Dreamers Podcasts, is like, I have a handful of podcast listeners that I trust. I know, I like, and I trust them. They're friends of mine, or they've become friends of mine because of the show. And what I would be doing is I'd reach out to them and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing X, Y, and Z with the show, going in this direction, or thinking about doing this. Is this a good idea? Is this something you'd like to hear? Is this something you'd feel confident in? Would find out, right? Get that kind of feedback from people and trust that listen to the show, and see what they would, what they're up to. So if they think, hey, maybe you should do this, you can try it. That's the beauty of podcasting, is there's no rules. Shout out to DJ Jackson. There's no rules. You make up the rules, and it's an open format to do whatever it is that you want. So in the case of like this show, Indie Pod Daily, every single day of the week is a different piece. It's a different piece of the puzzle, right? there's not like, oh, a segment here, segment there, segment here. It's Mondays we're talking about inspirational stuff to keep you motivated in your podcasting journey. On Tuesdays we're talking about technology and things that go along with technology. And Wednesdays we're talking with other podcast experts in the community, the other icons. So bring them in, let them share, shine the spotlight on them and their expertise. Thursday we're talking with, we put somebody in the hot seat and we try, we work through how they can move the needle faster with their podcasting efforts. Friday is this, figure it out Friday. So it's open format. I'm talking about what happened in the previous week, answering your questions like Jennifer's awesome question here. And Saturday, we're talking about, it's Scholarship Saturday. So we're talking about a newbie podcasting topic, which this upcoming Saturday, there won't be a Scholarship Saturday because Scholarship Saturday is literally happening for like 6 hours during the Indie Pod virtual conference, Monetize Your Podcast, which is from 9 a.m. Eastern till like 3:30, something like that, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, Carrie says you can test out different things and have fun with it. Yeah, it really, you always should be experimenting, always testing. So like in my case, I just announced this morning, I guess it was this morning, that I am going to be bringing the, kicking back in the drive, the Super Joe Pardo show, which was formerly Dreamers Podcast. And so I've been recording all day, off and on here, like what I've been up to as I should actually be doing this right now, like following the journey of building Indie Pod into its own business, not just a branch of my business, but its own business, full on self-sustaining business. So hi everybody, as we live stream here. So this is just part of like experimenting, right? So for me, I try to build the show video first with audio in mind. So I don't want to talk about something that I like, oh, it has to be visual. The idea is that if I do it and I incorporate sound effects and I incorporate, what's going on around me, and I talk about what's going on around me, then it still can be audio only, audio driven. And it doesn't matter if you listen to it or if you consume it like on YouTube. Now, with that said, like, am I, once I do a handful of episodes, I'm going to reach out to the people that have been watching and say, hey, what can I, what else can I do? Because I'm going to be incorporating business lessons in it, and all that, like everything that I've been doing into the Super Joe Pardo show, which one of the reasons why it's taken me so long for anybody curious, so long to like finally get that going is I've been really focused on this, right? The Indie Pod community, since about mid-March, and it just has kind of really taken off. So that's one of the reasons I'm like, hey, I'm going to pour more time with what's working. So it's just really important to like really consider, going back to like what's working, ask the people, find out, and hopefully feel good about what you're creating. Because if you're not feeling good about what you're creating, you're not going to be creating it for very long. Is going to get technology gets in the way, or different things get basically pull you down. So yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Jennifer. Brett Allen, yo, what's up, Brett Allen? I hope that answers your question about like what should I be doing to help keep my listeners to returning. I think also, Jennifer, another thing to bring up is your podcast needs to be Are you if you're doing I don't know if you're doing an interview show or not, but if one lesson I learned was like, look, why do people watch Ellen, right? I was doing an interview show and I was doing it 5 days a week. And one thing I learned was like, hey, Joe, why does Ellen, why do so many people watch Ellen, right? And the question, to me, it was like, oh, well, because she has like celebrities on and like feel good stories. It's like, no, because Ellen's there every single week. So to a certain extent, you need to be if you are doing an interview show, you need to be injecting yourself into that show, because your guest is not there tomorrow. They're not there next week. You are. And that's why it's so important that people feel connected to the host. It's one of the reasons that Oprah would go and shake hands with every person that walked out of her studio when she did her show, because she wanted people to feel connected to her on a whole nother level than what anybody else was offering. Jennifer says, yes, thank you. I feel good about the content. I need to probably get more specific to my niche. See, now that's a huge topic too, that I could go on about quite a bit. Because look, as the Dreamers podcast, like, it was not niched, and it was intentional for me to be able to connect with a lot of people that were just doing really awesome things that I wanted to be networked with. And Brett Allen says, a lesson I learned: burnout. Yes, it does happen. It's very real. And it's one of the reasons that you have to formulate the way that you want to build your show so that you can do it. Don't look at like, hey, I'm looking at all these other, like, these talk shows or these, radio shows. Like, those things have lots of money behind them in most cases, and lots of people. Just watch the credits for any TV show. Like, one of my favorite, two of my favorite shows, right? Like Bar Rescue and The Prophet, right? So it's like, okay, well, it's not just Marcus and John Taffer walking into businesses. It's like with one camera guy, or like literally a person vlogging, either of them just vlogging the experience. There's a whole host of people that are standing behind them to get that, to accomplish what they're putting together. So, don't allow yourself to get in that mindset of like, oh, I got to create, and create these super well-produced things. And that'll all come with time as you get better at and faster at the things that like don't matter as much as being great on the mic, feeling really personable, allowing your personality to shine through, marketing the show, all of those things. So Brett says, I had to stay in my lane. Yes, Eric Hunley helped me with that. Breezy Brett, LOL. Finding your lane. I mean, that's why I did the Dreamers podcast for so long. I needed to find my lane. I knew what I wanted to. I knew I wanted to speak. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to write books. I knew that I wanted to, interview awesome people, and eventually like transpose all of that into my own business. The thing was, I was able to have mild success with it, but it wasn't enough for me to be sustainable in what I was creating, because it was not niched down enough. I did not find, like, I started to do it towards the end. I went from just the Dreamers podcast, like, interviewing amazing people, like living their dreams and to inspire you, to business lessons from those that live their dreams. Because I started to find like, okay, I want to talk more about business, and those were the types of people that I was bringing on the show. And then once I won Best Podcast of the Year, Business Podcast of the Year from podcastawards.com, I was like, oh, I need to like take this more seriously. I'm going to change the show to Business with Super Joe Pardo. And that, for me, I just didn't feel like it really spoke to me. And I didn't feel like I could allow myself to be as much of myself, because I was trying to like kind of gear it towards a certain subset of clients that it didn't. I had mild success, real mild success with it. And eventually, like, I just kind of fell apart with it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to the Dreamers podcast. And I started to create some more content under that brand again. And eventually, just decided, like, at the beginning of this year, like, I'm going to take the Super Joe Pardo name and just make that the whole thing. And that's really what it's about. And part of that was also doing another show called Business Geeks with Jennifer Crawford of DC Podfest and Sparent.co, as well as Samantha Riley from SamanthaRiley.global. And, doing that enabled me to like, okay, I don't have to talk about business on a weekly basis. I have this show that I have a lot of fun with, and I have two great co-hosts that sometimes carry me on their back. And it's like, okay, well, where does the Super Joe Pardo show fit in there, right? So that's why I was like, after thinking about it, I'm like, all right, well, I'm building IndiePod into its own, bigger community and its own business. And in order for me to do that, not in order for me to do that, but in order to enable me to be able to take it to the next level, I was like, I know a lot of the people in the community would probably like to see some of the behind the scenes, because like, yeah, I'm getting on camera every single day now, and I love it, and it's a muscle, right? Being on the mic, being on the camera is a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets to be, the less awkward it gets to sit there and like sit in public and like hold up a camera in front of yourself and talk to all the people that aren't standing in front of you. It's a muscle. So like once I stopped doing it regularly, because I was doing it very regularly back in 2017, it just got it just becomes a little bit harder, and you get a little further away from it. But I'm really, recording today, I've really enjoyed the process, and I just want to be able to bring people along for this journey of like, okay, like what's going into building this something out of nothing effectively. I kind of wish I had taken the time to do video of like building the studio and everything, because that really has helped me mentally solidify the idea that like, okay, I have all this space dedicated to, yeah, there's games in here and stuff, and my DJ equipment's over here, and all that, but really it helped me solidify the idea like, okay, I have a space that I can think, I can do some like working out in between in the middle of the day. So I'm not just stuck in my little desk. I can get up, do jumping jacks and burpees and all that. And it just enables me to feel so much more confident in the fact that I am a professional, and I just needed a space. And while it's not complete, I mean, you could see like I still got to put some trim there, and the whole thing still needs to be painted and spackled and all that. It's just a game changer. It's an absolute game changer for me, to have that space where I could be as loud as I need to be. I could be as loud, as late as I want to be or need to be, and not disturb anybody else in the house and all that, and yet, still be able to just get it done, right? Have a space to think and to be able to move around, walk around, pace around. When I was in my upstairs office, I didn't feel like I could do that at all. I felt like I was in a little shoebox. It was terrible. I absolutely. You have the same chair. This is a who makes this chair? I forget who makes this chair. Oh wait, this chair or the chair I'm sitting in? Because this is an IKEA chair. This is from Staples like 5-6 years ago. When I first started podcasting, I was like, I'm going to be sitting in a chair like all day. I need to get myself like a chair that I could sit in for up to 6 to 8 hours and feel comfortable in. And knock on wood, I've only had like 2 issues with the chair, and they've sent me the lifetime warranty or whatever, because it was stupid expensive, like $500 or something like that. They sent me replacements. Yeah, this chair has been around the house a lot. It's been moved from room to room. You know what I like about this chair? I mean, we talked about getting a sofa for in here, but what I like about this chair is it's wide enough to sit 2 people effectively, and especially like if it's me and like one of the kids or both of the kids, we can both sit on that chair. So it's one of the reasons I like it so much, and it's comfortable to be able to like, take my laptop, right? I'll just grab my laptop and then just go sit over there. And I don't have to sit in the living room around a bunch of other people and be rude and like put my headphones in and all that and be distracted. I can just like pop my head, I have speakers in here. I can play music all day if I wanted, but a lot of times I'd like to put headphones in because I like the isolation of it. Mine turns into a bed for my kid. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one doesn't. This one is just it is what it is. You get what you get. But that's awesome that they have one that turns into a kid. I think I have seen that actually. Like one of the times I was at IKEA, I seen something like, I think I'd seen what you're talking about. Yeah. So if anybody else has any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat, for this figure. And Brett, congrats on getting, Aunt, what was her name? The aunt from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's awesome. I can't think of her name right now. All I can think of is Phil, and Carlton. But yeah, that's an awesome get, man. I'm looking forward to listen to that episode. This week we talked to Chip Baker about success. You should totally go check that out, because we talked all about podcasting and the success that it's brought to us because and from our podcasts, and why, podcasting is so important to both of us. We talked yesterday to to Luke Miller about his tile. Was it tile? What was it? Tile money. I thought it was tile money, but I didn't want to say tile money because I thought it might be wrong. Vivian, Aunt Viv. That's right. Thank you, Carrie. Thanks for the save. Yeah, so that was a really interesting talk, because while he is making an income from his podcast and his community, and he's super niched, like super niched, which I think a lot of times, the statement, the niches, the riches are in the niches, or niches get riches kind of thing, absolutely makes sense as long as you have a big enough audience to sustain that. I absolutely applaud him and everything that he's doing. We went over his media kit and came up with actually one of the suggestions. I myself had to go. I went and added it this morning to my media kit, which is a testimonial from Brent Basham of Podit. You should go check out podit.net if you're not a member, or if your podcast isn't there. You should. If you're doing interviews, you absolutely should have it there for free, totally free. And you need some coffee or something. I had an energy drink earlier today, so I am feeling my voice is not there. My voice is feeling kind of like a little raggedy. It's also getting kind of warm in here because I turned off the air. I'm going to turn that back on. It's too hot to be. Alexa, turn on side fan. Alexa, turn on studio side fan. It's a little too hot to just keep the fans off. I'm sorry, Carrie. I can't get that perfect, low level noise floor here. It's just a little too warm for that. But yeah, so we talked about Tile Money and how, let me see, I can pull up his site. Tile Money and how he's converting his community into dollars, and with sponsorships and going over his sponsorship. Maybe that's a problem. Yeah, probably. It is a bit of a problem. It's getting a little too warm in here. I don't know how like my shout out to Al Kessel. I don't know how he does it, because he, like almost any voice person, right? They cool the room down, but he lives in Arizona, so it gets mighty hot in that room pretty quick, and he just like lets it go and go and go. But to me, like, my voice would just die. Edward, thank you for asking a question. What's your mic setup? So this is the Shure SM7B, also known as the Thriller mic. I reviewed it. When did I review it? No, it wasn't this week. It was last week on the IndiePod Daily Show, which I absolutely love the mic. It does kind of isolate some of the sounds around me, but I can hear it in my headphones. I don't know if you're hearing it too much come through, because my headphones are turned up pretty loud right now, but yeah, so I have that plugged into a cloud lifter, the Solo I think it's like SL or CL1. I think that's the let's see, cloud lifter, yeah, the CL1 mic activator. So I have one of those plugged into the mic, and then I go right into a Focusrite. I just have the Scarlett Solo for the time being. I had a 2i4. Yeah, I think I had a 2i4, and that one died on me after like 4 years of using it. So I just bought the $100 Solo one, because I pretty much just do solo stuff here anyway. And if I needed to do more than that, I have a mixer. I have the Yamaha M06 or I think it's the M06. The MG06 or something like that. Yeah. So this is the one. It's a 6-input, 2-channel XLR, and you can pop in a couple extra level lines in there if you needed to. So that's what I have. I don't actually have it plugged in at the moment. I'm just going straight into the Focusrite. So the arm. So the how much for all of it? So this is $100 if you needed 2 more mics. The let's see, 150 for the, or it's 100 for the Scarlett Solo, for like $99 for the most part. and then the cloud lifter is 150. The arm is I just did a review about that on Tuesday. You can go check that out in the IndiePod group or at indiepodcasters.com. Click on the blog and scroll down to actually I can do that right here, indiepodcon.com. Click on the blog. This is the Rode PSA 1. I've had it since 2014. I absolutely love it. The only thing I've had to do, you can click on PSA 1 right there. And you can watch the video right there on the website. The only thing I've had to do with it is I WD-40'd it. I probably should have WD-40'd it like 2 or 3 times over the last 6 years, but I've done it like twice, I think. And I've had to tighten up the screw, like the 3 screws on it, and that's it. And I think I need to actually tighten up the screws a little bit more on there, but absolutely love it. I would recommend it. It's $100 on some sites, like Sweetwater.com has it for $100. Some other sites have it for like 120. No matter what you pay for it, it's totally worth it. Again, 6 years later, like I'm not worried. Like this is the only piece of my equipment that I think that I might have 6 years from now. Well, probably this microphone too, assuming it doesn't break on me. But yeah, it's probably like the only piece of equipment I'll still have like 6 years from now. Man, my voice is feeling real raspy. Brett says, I love my Scarlett. Yeah, I loved my 2i4. I had it for years, since 2000, or I guess 2016. When I got this mic, I think that's when I bought the, I might have bought it before that, but I think that's when I bought it, was in 2016. And then eventually it just stopped, it just died on me. But so I bought the new Solo for $100, and because I'm the only one talking on the mic most of the time, it works. It does the job. You're so welcome, Ed. So yeah, if there's any other questions, if not, I'm just gonna plug some things here. You should totally be joining us for the Monetize Your Podcast on June 27th. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. That is going to be a lot of fun. We have 10 podcast experts, including Blueberry's CEO, Todd Cochran. And this whole conference is brought to you by Blueberry, so you should totally go check out blueberry.com. Carrie saying green tea with lemon and honey will soothe it. I will definitely be getting some honey and green tea later. Later. I need to save my voice for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be hosting from 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen, Icon 6 is live from the backyard, happening September 12th, just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's taking place in my backyard. Live in-person tickets are available. There's only 50 of them available, and I think a handful of them have already been sold. So, yeah, but there's live stream tickets as well. You should totally go and check that out if you want to get a live stream ticket. Yeah, Brett says yes. I'm assuming he's talking about Carrie. If you want to get some awesome podcasting gear like the shirt I'm wearing right now, you should totally go over to myicongear.com, and or you can just go to indiepodcasters.com and then click on shop at the top and check out some of the cool merchandise we have available for podcasting and showing off your podcast your podcast flag. Oh, man. Kamari, hey man, yeah, what's going on, Philly? So the Icon 6 is live from the backyard. So that's the Indie PodCon 6 event. Is going to be a limited in-person event in my backyard. Tickets are available right now at indiepodcasters.com/icon6. It's a one-day event. We're gonna have a tent and porta potties and lots of hand sanitizer and masks available if you need it. Assuming that things don't get way worse as things are ramping up and like people continue to be moving all across the country, I really hope that COVID-19 could kind of, pump the brakes a little bit, and maybe we can get away with having our event September 12th. The tickets are refundable, so don't worry about it. If the event's canceled, it's totally refundable, and case by case basis, we will be doing refunds. So you don't have to worry about that right now. Tickets are on sale. It's $100 for the in-person ticket, and it's $25 for the live stream. If you if you wait till, I think it's Sunday night, the price starts to go up on those tickets. So I'm looking forward to that. So, or not looking forward to the price going up. I don't want you to pay more than you have to pay. But point being is that we are doing it, assuming that things don't go sideways too much. Hopefully it doesn't. I really don't want to. I want people to feel safe and feel confident. And that's one of the reasons we canceled our event in the hotel over at the Holiday Inn right outside of Philly, was because I mean I didn't feel confident sitting in a circulated air conditioning place all day, and I really, I just didn't feel confident in that. So yeah, so that's what's going on. If you haven't launched your podcast yet, you absolutely should reach out to Larry Roberts and I to get your step-by-step live class, live course, ticket for that. It starts in a couple of weeks. I think it's like a little over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks it starts. So go to superjoepardo.com/launch and learn all about that. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Reach out to Larry Roberts if you have any questions. We are going to help you learn everything you need to know in just 4 weeks to get that first episode up, and then stay motivated and keep on content creating. This episode of the Indie Pod Daily Show is brought to you by Indie Pod University. Get over 100 hours of podcasting resource videos, from all the MapCon videos down to all the Icon videos, the virtual stuff. July 14th is the start date. It's going to be an amazing course. It is What Is Up. Larry Roberts jumping in here to, reach out to Larry at readilyrandom.com. I'm so pumped to be doing this course with him. I cannot wait. We want to get some awesome podcasters on their way to starting their podcast. Go check out IndiePodU.com as well. If you want to get those podcasting resource videos, you can get a 7-day free trial. Go check it out. Looking forward to having more and more people in that. And I have a big announcement tomorrow. I actually have 2 big announcements tomorrow that I'm looking forward to dropping on you at the Monetize Your Podcast virtual conference, free live virtual conference, brought to you by Blueberry over at indiepodcasters.com/virtual. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I got some food. That's why I think the door's been opening up behind me. It's because the food's here, and I need to go eat and probably rest my voice for tomorrow and finish shooting the first episode back of the Super Joe Pardo Show. Remember, if you've enjoyed this episode of the Indie Pod Daily, if you've gotten something out of it, make sure to share it with the podcaster in your life. Please just go let them know about indiepodcasters.com. And remember, you are a podcaster, so you are a leader, and I always encourage people to lead with love. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for the Monetize Your Podcast virtual conference brought to you by Blueberry. Take care.